Hello, it's been a while. It's been over a week actually, so apologies. I was doing a fairly big interview, so I spent last week prepping, and then I did the interview. In the last couple of days, I was editing it, which is now done. But I can't reveal who I spoke to just yet. But there will be an announcement very, very soon. So yes, I've been missing in action. So today I've been reading up on what I've missed, and I'm going to talk about Gideon Falter. So you've all heard about an incident at a recent Palestine rally. Initially, a story came out that a member of the Met Police told a Jewish man that it's not advisable to be there, saying you look visibly Jewish, which on its own sounds horrific. Well, this man Gideon has been doing the media rounds, and with the exposure comes the exposed. It turns out this wasn't some regular folk, but actually a Zionist and the CEO of Campaign Against Anti-Semitism, which is an organisation that doesn't focus on anti-Semitism but targets anti-Zionists. It is not a serious anti-racist organisation. If you go on their website, they have pages and pages of anti-Semites of the week, and a lot of them are just people being mildly critical of Israel. I mean, Mark Ruffalo is on there. They are a joke. Now, Gideon was exposed as someone who was trying to provoke a reaction, was trying to cause a scene. Obviously, he was trying to manufacture a narrative that those who attend these marches are anti-Semitic and terrorist supporters. And anyone out there who still thinks that, you can just get in the bin. Zionists have been trying to smear ordinary people who just want to see the end of Palestinian genocide. Now, there was a short video doing the rounds. However, there's now a 13-minute video of the interaction, which provides way more context between Gideon and the Met. Now, obviously, the officer said they look visibly Jewish, and look, I think that's incredibly clumsy. Now, I think what he was trying to say was that you're clearly causing a scene. You look Jewish, so there will be people who's going to get riled up. Now, I think that's what he was trying to say. Obviously, people wouldn't get riled up at the sight of a Jewish person. There are thousands of Jewish people who are attending the marches. Obviously, Palestine marches are not an anti-Semitic endeavour. So the comment was incredibly stupid because it managed to offend everyone. So I'm glad the police have apologised for that. But the bigger picture here is Gideon is using political propaganda to attack people standing up against ethnic cleansing and war crimes and trying to play the victim and smearing hundreds of thousands of people. It's cynical and it's disgusting. Now, we have a short clip of the interaction. I suggest you go watch the entire 30-minute clip on Sky. But I just wanted to give you a sense of the incident.
Yeah, I'll try not to be too disingenuous in this.
My mindset is that I'm Jewish in London. And
Please don't be too disingenuous, sir.
I'm not being disingenuous. I can walk wherever the hell I want. If I want to walk to that paper, that's what I'm going to do.
So, if you
If
could
you
say
have
that,
to
please.
arrest me because I'm walking,
I'd rather not do that.
But then do it.
I'd rather not.
I want to get out of here. I want to go across there.
I'd rather not, sir.
No, where? It's all blocked with people. I just hold that paper.
I'll tell you what, come with me then, let's get you out of
I
here.
wanna
That's
go
what you
down.
want, come on. No, I'm going to get you out over here,
going.
you're going to have to do the long way.
No,
Just like so many
why,
people.
Why can't I just walk where I want to walk? Everybody, you guys keep
Because
saying
there is a
metropolitan-
big demonstration.
Now, you can clearly see that Gideon was trying to pull a stunt. It's normal for the police to guard protests. I mean, they're there to keep the peace, I mean, supposedly, anyway. Look, when there's a fascist march, right, there's often a counter-protest, and the police stay in the middle. Otherwise, violence will erupt. The officer is doing his job for the safety of everyone. Now, Gideon wanted to walk straight across the pro-Palestine rally, sort of trying to say, oh my God, look at this. I'm a Jewish man in London who can't walk on certain streets because of anti-Semites, and the police are supporting them. I mean, the officer said he'd happily escort Gideon around to get where he needed to go, but obviously Gideon was trying to cause a scene in the middle of the rally, and the officer knew that. He pulled him up on it. I mean, he wanted to make his own little silly counter-protest right in the middle of it. But this disingenuous shit is trying to make it out that these are literally anti-Semitic marches, like the Nazis were in the US when they were chanting, Jews won't replace them a few years ago. Anti-Semitism is a serious problem. We are seeing the rise of the far right. Yet, where is Gideon protesting them? It's because Zionists don't care about anti-Semitism. This is about trying to stop criticisms of Israel. I have seen the most horrendous comments from Zionists to anti-Zionist Jewish people. It is gross. However, the more we learn about Gideon, the more we see how this was meticulously planned. So Gideon was there with a crew, all phones at the ready to film. This wasn't an unplanned interaction. In fact, Gideon was waiting around, trying to find the perfect time to pull the stunt. He actually came from a pro-Israel rally, far different than just simply walking around London. New evidence suggests Gideon Falter's episode with the Met was set up. Falter told The Times he was returning from a synagogue Eyewitnesses say he was lingering for an hour before the protest began, arriving long before Shoal would have ended. So I pulled up an excerpt from Rivka Brown's piece in Novara Media that goes into far more detail. Cowlen, who requested that Novara Media only use his first name, saw Falter in Russell Square at around 11:30 a.m. on the 13th of April, over an hour before the march set off, and long before any Shabbat service would have ended. Dan, who also asked to be referred by his first name for fear of professional reprisal, spotted the group walking along Southampton Street near Holborn at around 1 p.m. It will be a further hour before freelance investigative journalist John Lubbock captured Falter's altercation with police a few hundred metres away on Aldwych at around 2 p.m. Speaking to Novara Media, Lubbock said that Falter appeared to have crossed onto Aldwych from the right-hand side of the road where a small pro-Israel counter-demonstration was taking place. The obvious conclusion was that he had been part of the demonstration, said Lubbock. In the Campaign Against Anti-Semitism video, the officer can be seen offering to escort Falter to the Israel flags. But wait, there's more. So you're looking at footage right now where we can see Gideon. Now, the man in the leather jacket and sunglasses is Vincentio Ciccolita, who was a member of a security service called SQR, which was created by two Mossad agents. Mossad is the National Security Service of Israel. Vincentio had personally protected Isaac Herzog, the president of Israel. And this looks like a setup. It looks like we have interference from the state of Israel, possibly doing some intel on pro-Palestine peace marches. And I think it's clear that Gideon Falter is connected to the Israeli state. And that's further proof that Campaign Against Anti-Semitism isn't an organisation that wants to see anti-Semitism in this country eradicated, but rather is a false front for Israeli propaganda. Now, surprisingly, we've had people in the mainstream media call Gideon out. That includes David Aranovich and Lord Mann. I mean, I'm surprised they have openly said on TV that Gideon was clearly pulling a stunt. However, what the media won't mention, which is what I've just been discussing, is the interference by a foreign state. So yes, I'm glad that there are voices being platformed critical of Gideon, but this isn't just a pro-Israel person weaponizing anti-Semitism for political gain. This is a man who was connected to a foreign power, and this is incredibly serious. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and drop a comment. It's good for the algorithm, and I'm interested in what you have to say. If you're not already subscribed, please do, and hit the notification bell. You can also support this channel by becoming a member for 99p per month, and if you're feeling a little more generous, then you can support us on Patreon for £3 or £5 per month. This channel for a while has been uploading every single day, and it's quite a lot of work that is still voluntary and scheduled around my paid work. But I have so much ambition, expect in the future to see more variety in content, such as interviews and Vox Pops. But I want this to be a fully fledged media organisation where not only is this my full-time job, but to have multiple people working for Turn Left. I like to see a live show in the future, more content that delves into culture, history, and much more. But that can only be done if there's money. So please, if you can, support us in any way that's in your capacity. And thank you to existing members, subscribers, and patrons. See you next time.